Hello, welcome to this altcoin daily analysis with Bitcoin Gorilla. And today we will be deciphering Ripple SRP coin. Now, if you know or you don't know, I'm telling you now that our analysis, we do not use any indicator. In fact, indicators are not our friend. We don't believe in them. We don't implement them. We don't use them. So this analysis is strictly pure price action. And I'll be drawing my charts with just two tools, that is the trend line and the rectangle. So if you're new to trading, obviously don't worry, you're going to understand everything I'm doing because I'll be doing it from scratch. And if at the end of the day you love my strategy, I developed this strategy myself. It's called Bitcoin Gorilla Strategy. Do give me a thumbs up, and you can never know. So the next analysis could be the next outcome in your portfolios, and you don't want to miss these opinions that we share with everyone on different altcoins daily. All you need to do is subscribe and click that bell below so that you're going to get instant notification and be one of those people who is going to watch it first. Because if you happen to be the first three people to comment three altcoins, I'll be running next that altcoin and we will be looking at it together to see what that altcoin price is going to do next. So in 2022, a lot is going to happen. So let's look at all Ripple and see what is going to happen to Ripple in 2022. So first, before we start, you know me, I always start with fundamentals. So let's understand what Ripple is in case this is your first time of hearing about SRP. SRP, there is always a confusion between SRP, Ripple, and RippleNet. To begin with, it's important to understand the difference between SRP, Ripple, and RippleNet. SRP is the currency that runs on a digital platform called RippleNet. So the RippleNet is the platform, the SRP is the currency, and the Ripple itself is the company behind RippleNet. So SRP is the currency, RippleNet is the platform, Ripple is the company. Now SRP is an open source and is not based on blockchain. Unlike other altcoins, Bitcoin is based on blockchain, as Litecoin, Ethereum, and the rest. Most of them are all based on blockchain, not Ripple. This is why a lot of people say Ripple is not decentralized, and you see Ripple facing a lot of legal cases, right? It could happen to any altcoin, but one of the major reasons is that Ripple is not based on blockchain. It's a little bit has control. So the company has a little control on the coin, but the coin is actually completely controlled by the community of the SRP. Now, if you want to really know more about SRP, please visit their platform, visit their website, and you're going to hear more about SRP when you visit the Ripple website. So, because here we are here for the bag, we are here for the price, right? So, let's look at the price. According to CoinMarketCap, the all-time high that SRP has ever seen since the time of listing back in it was back in January 2018, 4 years ago, when it hit $3.84. Right now, since then, SRP has lost over 78%. Right, even though we saw SRP hitting around $1.92 earlier this year, still it couldn't meet the all-time high, right? There's an all-time high. SRP is yet to conquer that all-time high. Though every other coin, Bitcoin has cleared all-time high, Litecoin and the rest, not SRP. Now, what is the all-time low SRP has ever seen? That was 7 years ago in 2014. SRP lowest ever was 0.0020 2802 cents. This is according to CoinMarketCap. Now, but back then SRP wasn't trading on Binance, so SRP got listed on Binance around 2018 or so, and this is why today we are going to be looking SRP using the Binance chart. So I'm going to be starting by first of all drawing the chart from scratch. Now we are on the good side, right? So let's look at where the support and resistance are. So the first thing I'm going to get is the major resistance. All-time high resistance is here. So since being listed on Binance, the all-time high it has ever seen since then is 1.95. Now the all-time low is around 0.107. Now that's my support, all-time support and all-time resistance. And I can tell you I have a mini one here. I have an obvious one there. I have another one right here. Right And I have another one. Now, these are the point of rejection, also known as point of support and resistance. Now, why do we always call it support and resistance? The reason is they are, it's kind of like automatic, right? When support is broken, it becomes a resistance, and when a resistance is broken, it automatically becomes a support, right? So when price breaks above the resistance, it instantly turns it into a support, and when price breaks below the support, it turns it into a resistance. So keeping that at the back of our mind, let's dive into the main action. So let's use the Bitcoin Gorilla strategy. Right there contain everything there that has ever happened in a box, and then I'm going to seek the support area of this box, right? And the support area, like my deal is the point where price has ever gotten to. The main strongest point in this chart is where I just got, and now this is the resistance area. This is the resistance and this is the support. And I can tell you now, with this being done, I can also see that I can have another box, because I see some sort of drama happening up here, right there, right there. And I do see some mini intraday support and resistance, but I'm going to leave that. We're going to get that later. Um, After I've gotten the support and resistance of this new box. So the support of this new box is something around this point. So that's the support of the new box that I just drew. And I'm also going to be able to get the resistance area, which is also here. So that's also the resistance area. Now, talking about the another hidden support and resistance, I'm going to show you the hidden ones. Now, I can actually get them going from the daily chart. They are actually not that strong. They get easily broken, and that's why they look hidden, right? I can see one right there. I can see one right there. And I can tell you the middle of this my box seems to play a very important role for SRP right here. I just see something I needed to take note of right there. Now I'm going to go back to weekly chart and let's look at this chart and see how the whole chart looks. Now this is what the chart looks like. So I just want to you to take note of this point where this blue is. There's something happening there, and that's why I had to take note of it. So the next thing I need to do is, oh no, not the box. I need to pick my trend line, the slanting trend line, and see if I can get a bias line. Oh, there's already clearly a broken bias line. So if I zoom in, I can see they pierce through the bias line, but somehow managed to be back above it. Now that's an interesting movement. It looks like a stop loss hunt, because if a lot of people treat this as support, they are going to, well, this is the best place to put your stop loss for anybody in this trade. But you can see that it pierced through the line and pull back up, and now price is trading above the line. Now that's a very important message. And the first thing we're going to do is let's consider the chances of the buyers, then we consider the chances of the sellers, because in my analysis it is never a signal. I don't give signals. I tell you my opinion of what I'm seeing about this market, then you decide what you do with this opinion, because remember, you are in the best position to make the best choice for yourself. Always do your research and always use your protection, your stop loss. So let's go straight into it. Now here's what I see with a closer view from the weekly chart. I see an inside bar, right? And I see an outside bar and an inside bar. Now, these two bars act like pregnant women, right? Now, it's going to cause this particular is going to cause something that happened here to happen, right? You can see that inside bar and outside bar here again. You can see this this particular point, right? From this particular point, we see that price, the next bar from this particular point, from this particular point, you can see the bar. Let me zoom in. You can see that this particular box is going to cause price to do this, and then they are going to struggle. It's going to cause price to do this, right? And then the point is trying to break this. point and then this point. So the struggle is if it breaks below this point and doesn't go far, unfortunately, it can't go far because this area is a support area, right? Because in the past is a resistance area, which means anything that is has broken above it, like I say, returning to it is going to be a support. So chances of a bounce within this area is high. And let me tell you, before I even turn on back, we're still on replay. This price will move like this and back up, right? So chances of if we take away the replay and check, that's exactly what happened, right? You see price making that sideways movement, making that there's a sideways movement and price move. Now, this is what we are going to see. This is what we're going to experience around this point where we are. So let's take away this drawing to make it quite easier to see what we are doing. So the point where we are is that price has returned to that support area. And that is why you got this sharp pullback because this entire demand is a demand area. Price only moves as a result of supply and demand. When there is a lot of demand, price moves up. When there is a lot of supply, price moves down. In our case, in this box that we've drawn, this area is our demand area. This area is our supply area. So when price is within this area, we are either expecting a reaction from the market. So the situation that price again is doing is giving me, there's a pure signal that I love, one of my favorite signals is currently flashing on SRP, that the SRP is within a point where SRP could see a bounce before further dump, right? Continuous. Right. Now here's what I see. Let's go to daily chart and let's look at this chart we've drawn. So this is what the chart looks like on the daily chart after we've drawn. Now we see that each time price gets to within this area, there's always a pull up, right? So you see that price always get rejected around here and price instantly pulls up around here. You can also see it around here anytime it's between this zone. Now price has tried to touch this point. Here is what I do see as a result of that inside bar we have. You can see another inside bar is already, this is an inside bar again causing the same sideways. So this our weekly inside bar, this our weekly inside bar is going to result into a sideways for SRP, and a little battle is going to occur here. You can see there is a resistance, there is a resistance. That is why I map out this box. So we're going to have SRP battling this. Each time SRP try to go up, this challenge will happen here. Just like the challenge happened here, it's going to happen here. So they will have themselves struggle. They are likely to move like this. If the struggle could hold for a while, they will move up and attack this point. Or they could struggle and then come a little inside, make a double bottom. This is the first bottom. They could make another double bottom here, like coming and pulling back up. But chances are high they could hold up this point and reverse back up. So now what I do see is at the point where price is, chances of pull up is high, chances of pull up is high. That is what I'm trying to say, right? So what I'm trying to say is price has to first break this point and this point. So they could push and battle and go and go and go. What are they doing? Respecting this trend line, because they've only made two touches, which means this third touch has a high point of being respected, respecting this trend line to go up. Now let's give the BS a chance, right? So if they go up, if they go back up, they need to first of all conquer this point. So we could have price coming again to battle this point and then move down and go up. So there could be a lot of drama around here, but the target of them is this point, this 1.9, 1.2. They are going to re-challenge this point. That is the bulls aspect. That is the bulls aspect of moving. But I do see sideways occurring where price is. Now, the thing about this is around 1.2 to 1. 0. 0. Let's say 0.99 to 1.2 is a very tough area to actually overcome, right? So price will struggle it. Now, what is the chances of the BS, right? What is the chances that if this sell-off continues? Because what I do see is price is likely going to seek a deeper support. And what is these chances? Now, I can tell you that we could get a seller's line. So let's try together to see if we can draw actually a seller's line. A seller's line, we need a minimum of 2 touches, just like the buyer's line. So we have the seller's line we have 1 touch here, we have a second touch here. So we could see price doing this and then moving like this, breaking out of this point. Or they could do this. Remember, this is a resistance, and they could go like this and go like this before moving up, giving us the double bottom, because this double bottom is the one that could propel price to instantly shoot up. The double bottom, this and this will propel price to shoot up, giving us a W kind of move, right? A double bottom move. Now, if you want to learn how this whole thing work, you can come and join me. I am training a community of traders called Makaveli Traders. It is a registered academy, and um it is you only get access into Makaveli Traders 3 times a year, right? So it's not open for everybody, but for those who have intention of actually improving their technical analysis skills and learning how to trade, especially if you're interested in learning how to cut your losses short on futures, stopping liquidation. I trade 125x. You can visit my website, that is makaveli I'm going to leave in the link below so that you can see my result. I post my result. I share my trade live with my students. My students take my trade with me, right? So they are winning days. They are what? They are losing days. But the most important thing in my trading is cut the losses short. I always cut my losses short. So you have the profit running. You can be in a profit that runs. You pyramid your trade, profit runs, and you cut your losses short. If you are interested in really improving your trading in crypto, you can come to Makaveli Traders. And the beautiful thing about Makaveli Trader is a decentralized community where you get 3 months intensive training live on Zoom on how to trade altcoins, Bitcoin, futures, spot, Binance. You will learn how to trade. And live every Mondays, we do technical analysis drawing. For the rest of your life, you'll be trading with me as long as I'm alive. I'll be trading with you. I'll be sharing all my trade with you. There is no hidden charges, there's no monthly fees, there's no yearly fees. It's a one-time access. And access is only opened January's and January, May, October, 3 times a year. The reason is because I have to trade personally, and I have to train the student. My trading is easy for me because I trade with my students. So it's easier for me to trade and do all this, right? I'm a full time into this whole thing. So my trading, whenever I'm into a trade, I share it. Everybody in the house take the trade with me. The loss, we lose together, we win together, we bag up together. So once I'm exiting, I'll tell you why I'm exiting. You get instant market update. In fact, we saw the dump before it happened. If you check my analysis, I already posted it. I said Bitcoin is falling, and get ready, it's still not over, but we get a lot to do. Right? You need to learn how to understand how to cut your losses short, learning how to use stop loss. You can implement stop loss both on futures and as the same way on spot. A lot of people tell me I don't know how to set stop loss. Trust me, stop loss help you cut the losses short. Learn how to use stop loss. This market is very volatile, and a day could wipe away the entire profit you've seen. You don't know. You don't want to be overconfident about yourself. I've been in this market, I've seen how it works. You want to have your protection. Learn how to use stop loss manually in every exchange. You can set your stop loss using stop limit orders. If you want to learn more about all this, this is what I teach daily on Makaveli Traders. You have a student dashboard, you have each class has videos, PDF, and a lot to follow you with. If you are interested, I'll leave the link below. Go and check out Makaveli Traders. And our free group where we share free updates is on Telegram. You can join with the link below. If you like my analysis, like my style, give me a thumbs up. And for the BS, like I said, use protection. Thank you. Happy trading. Subscribe if you find this analysis quite interesting.